Fuck. Niggas is gonna stop playing with me, B. I don't know what y'all, I don't know what the fuck. Y'all gonna stop playing with me, B. Yeah, talk black to me. Y'all gonna stop playing with me, kid. I don't know what the fuck. Y'all gonna stop playing with me, B. Yeah, talk black to me. Y'all gonna stop playing with me. Yeah, it was really good. YouTube, you know, we in the retrograde. We in the retrograde, so I ain't out here excusing shit, but you know what it is. You know the fucking vibes, man. Stop playing. You know the vibing tens. Nonetheless, whatever, we here. Melanin Mondays, my niggas. Episode 196. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Socket to my pocket. We in the building, and it's a red summer. Huh. That part. That part. What's good with the family? How's everybody doing? Give me a minute. Let me go ahead and get myself together, and we're gonna do roll call and whatnot. Well, we had to go through the Zoom. We got everything together. We got it locked in. You know, one monkey ain't gonna stop the show. We're not letting YouTube fuck our night up and whatnot. It's the motherfucking Gemini full moon. It's time to work, my niggas. You know what I'm talking about? It's work time. We just let that motherfucking the China Flow video rinse off. Yeah. How y'all feeling that? Yeah, talk black to me. How y'all feeling that? Going by the album. How y'all feeling that, y'all? Little something. Yeah, that part. That's what's up. So let's do the roll call. Let's see who's in the building and whatnot. Yeah, somebody said congratulations on the video. Okay, I appreciate that. We've been sitting on that for a minute. It's motherfucking Scorpion season, as you can see. You know what I mean? It's red pillar season. You know what I'm talking about? It's red pillar season. You coming to work. You coming to work. Not bad, actually. Man, where's my moderator? I'm sweeping you niggas the fuck out of here tonight. How about that? You know what I'm talking about? Not bad, actually. Yes. Okay, that part. Yeah, so what's good, though? Was really good. The NO was in the building. Let's do shout-outs. Let's do the roll call. Let's do the roll call. I ain't playing with you niggas tonight. You know what I mean? It's wild late. We're doing a late night edition. It's mostly going to be the West Coast. Oh, the ATL is in here. That's what I'm talking about. My late nighters. You know what I mean? My late nighters. I went and put together a whole slideshow for you niggas tonight, man. I hope y'all appreciate it. And I hope you're appreciative, and I hope you show love. You know what I'm talking about? Because you know, we do this for the people, man. We do this for the people. We don't do this for ourselves and whatnot. North Carolina. No, it wasn't good. That shit was fire. Fuck is you talking about? It was fire. It wasn't good. You must be like 80 years old. It was fire. I'm not even gonna sit around and fuck with you and waste your time, my nigga. The video was fire. Fuck out of here. Who you talking about? Let's stop playing. You know what I mean? Let's stop playing. It's the Gemini new moon. We not playing. We not just, you know what I mean? We not playing on those levels right now. You know what I'm talking about? We not playing on them levels. It's Scorpio season. I'm in album mode. I'm an asshole right now. Please do not get this stinger. You know what I'm talking about? ATL in the building, like we were saying a minute ago. Shout out to the ATL, North Carolina, San Francisco. You know what I'm talking about? Crenshaw. You niggas is not finna be trying to downplay my shit now. I'm not one of those people. Fuck out of here. We ain't doing that. We gonna keep it 1,000. You know what I'm talking about? Charlotte in the building, H-Town in the building, Rome, Georgia in the building, Virgin Islands in the building, Indiana in the building, Harrisburg in the building, Phoenix in the building, Mississippi in the building, Sugar Hill in the building, Lexington in the building, the Bricks is in the building, West London and this thing in it. It's lit. Yeah, it's lit, Mondem. With the Mondem, it's lit. DC in the building, Spring Valley in the building, Rockland County in the building. You know what I'm talking about? DMV in the building, 7 Mile Detroit in the building to this motherfucking day. Bridgeport, Connecticut in the building, North Carolina in the building. We see you. New Jersey in the building. Marietta, Georgia in the building. Shout out to Marietta, Georgia. Scarietta, Georgia. You know what I'm talking about? Toronto, T Dot is in this thing. Shout out to T Dot up in this thing. Today is your Earth Day. Salute to you on your Earth Day. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Make sure you enjoy every single moment of it. This is your day. Harlem. You know what I mean? Detroit, what up, though? St. Louis, what's happening? Houston in the building. Okay, the family is here. It don't matter what. I was just thinking it was going to be Las Vegas and California because it's midnight and whatnot. But y'all on some late night shit. I ain't mad at you. You know what I mean? I'm not mad at you one bit. 4-day weekend. Shit was lit. Y'all was at your barbecues with the vegan shish kebabs and whatnot with the Beyond Meat shish kebabs and shit, the Impossible chitlins. I ain't mad at you. St. Louis in the building. Las Vegas up in this bitch. Let's get the lights up. Illinois is up in here. Let's get the damn Bermudas up in here. And I'm going to say it like this. I'm in my bag right now. Share the video. You feel me? We not playing that fake modesty shit. You niggas share the video. You know what I'm talking about? Share it to your knuckle dragger friends. Move the video around. You know what I'm talking about? Let the people know that, you know, that music is coming out of this community that has a better sound than a lot of that shit that you niggas is out there talking about is lit and whatnot. It's lit. It's lit. It's not lit. Let's stop playing. It's not lit. It's just what you have to, you're settling. You know what I'm talking about? It's like how dudes be with the wizards and the wizards be with the dudes and whatnot. On the hot girl summers, you're just settling. You know what I mean? You wasn't patient to wait for the right one to come along. Y'all are just settling. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking? Free YSL. Niggas is just settling. How about that? Portland in the building. Colorado Springs is up in this thing. Salute to you. Salute to you. That Ampool video is coming. That's fire. You know what I'm talking about? That Ampool video is on the way. You know what I mean? I'm sure something from Cambada will be on the way too. It's a lot of shit rolling out. We in the red summer. It's warming up. It's loading. It's loading. It's loading. You know what I mean? It's loading. And we got a few more videos that we're going to roll out before it's all said and done. So, you know, we working. How about that? How about that? Shout out to everybody that was in the building this weekend speaking about work and whatnot. Salute to all of the students that pulled up to the KTL University.com on Saturday in the AM for the class that we was doing with Al-Kibalon. Classic. If you was in the building and you in the chat room, if you was in the building, if you one of them KT aliens, you know what I mean? Members only. Look at the back of the shirt. Members only. Quality of membership, the ones who really is about that business, the ones who really is here to learn and whatnot. I fuck with y'all the long way. You know what I'm talking about? Because y'all determined. Y'all determined. I respect that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all of the students that pulled up and whatnot. My dude, Al-Kibalon, the motherfucking Don, went crazy on Saturday. If you was there, put a fire emoji in the chat. My dude went bananas, yo. He went bonkers. The whole class is about 5 or maybe 6 hours. He was going crazy. You know what I'm saying? If you're ready to raise the motherfucking bar, if you're ready to get your lexicon up, if you're ready to step up your motherfucking education, if you're ready to step your levels up to whereas you just don't want to be mundane with it, you need to tap in. You know what I mean? The replay is available. You know, I'm talking about it's on KTLUniversity.com. For anybody that missed the class, fret not, worry not. We actually have a bundle where we're selling the class that we did was class number 3, and you get class number 1 included in that, okay? So KTLUniversity.com for anybody that wants to tap into the class that we just did on Saturday the 28th, which was entitled Prophetic Remedies in Celestial Divinity. Talk that. What you know about that? What you know about that? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So I see that we are in the building. You know, so shout out to everybody that's here from every single region. You know, I fucks with y'all wherever you at. You could be in Boise, Idaho. You know what I'm saying? We still see you and whatnot. And we acknowledge you. Keep doing what you're doing and whatnot. That new music joint, China Flow, yeah, boom on joint. Yeah, that's on Riri. That's on Heavy Row and whatnot. Put that on rotation. Send that to where's the DJs out there with the playlist. You know what I mean? Like what we do need is we need our network to start acting up. You know what I'm saying? I find it crazy that the knuckle draggers and the trap rappers and white boys like Little Xan and them be having rabid fan bases. But you know, in this conscious community, you can't really find like where's the fan base at? You know what I'm talking about? Where's the fan base to propel these artists to sell 1 million albums sold? Or even gold, 500,000. Like, where's that at? Like that needs to happen. You know what I'm saying? I need plaques, my nigga. You know, men lie, women lie. This is a numbers game. Fuck all of the other shit. All that other shit is flattery. You know what I'm talking about? We running off of Tesla batteries. We don't do flattery. That's gas right there. We don't do flattery. That's Exxon. That's gas. We running off of the motherfucking Tesla batteries. No flattery. So we need to see the numbers. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Make the numbers count. Fuck all of that patting on the back, stupid shit. Like niggas is too smart. You know what I mean? To do all of that. Y'all not doing that to the knuckle dragons, YSL and all of them. Y'all not doing that to the hood, to the drill rappers. That's not what's happening to Glorilla. Glorilla is popping. Like she's moving motherfucking units, my nigga. So, you know, we need to be able to tap in. Yes, and that hard copy, somebody asked, yes, that hard copy for the that autographed hard copy for the Red Summer is available. You know what I mean? That's where the China Flow is off of the Red Summer album. We got a new album in the works, but before we put the new shit out, we gotta warm you up with the shit that we've been sitting on. The album came out in 2020, but it's a classic. Music is timeless. Music is timeless. If you don't got the shit, then it's motherfucking brand new. Yeah, where's our new K slaves and whatnot? We need a conscious K slave. And I don't even like using the word conscious the same way I hate using the word woke and all of this cliche shit. You know what I mean? We just need somebody that's about that life. How about that? How about redefining that shit to just be like, we need somebody on a God frequency. We need somebody on a motherfucking front line. We need somebody that's grabbing a motherfucking nuts that's on code, that's gonna push this motherfucking vibration and this frequency and this music and not be scared and intimidated and be a motherfucking follower and whatnot and not be mad timid around knuckle draggers and tucking your tail and playing dumb and whatnot and dumbing down yourself, but you want to come around here and act smart. You want to be, you want to be a motherfucking teacher's pet. You want to sound mad deep and whatnot when you're around the guards. You want to run with the big dogs. But when you're around the knuckle draggers, when you're in the hood and whatnot, then you play dumb. You know what I mean? You just want to play Glorilla all day. We need people that are gonna toe the line and stand for something. Because at the end of the day, you got to stand for something. You really do. And the way that this shit is going with every single DJ playing the same shit, you know what I mean? Complaining about what's not being done and the music and the youth and all of this other shit, but y'all not dealing with quality. You're not breaking any artists. You're not responsible for putting niggas on the maps. You feel me? You're not responsible. You're not breaking artists. You're not being brave with it. You're not swimming upstream, my friend. And you know what the sound is. You know what the future sounds like and whatnot, but you somehow in some way don't want to be a part of that. So to each his own, to each his own. Shout out to everybody out there that's doing what they need to do. But I'm not gonna hold y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I put together a slide presentation. I'm finna not to be here for like 3 hours tonight. So I'm gonna get right into my presentation. We're gonna get right into the conversation. The month of June, we got something that's coming up. I will announce it by Third Eye Thursdays, but it's gonna deal with, me getting back to my teaching and whatnot and giving y'all, that red pillar flow, you know what I'm saying? That red pillar, that standard that you come used to, the fear of a blackamoor Messiah, you know what I mean? The in too deep, You know what I'm talking about? These are all of these titles, the American gods and whatnot. So we're gonna bring something to the family, and I know that y'all gonna love it and whatnot. But here's a little warm up. Let's have a conversation. I know when this whole incident went down, I went live. This was around the blood moon of the Scorpio blood moon, which indicated a lot of death, which indicated a lot of murder, which indicated that there was blood on the dance floors. As a matter of fact, if you really think back to it, when we were doing the classes with our good brother Slice, the evolution will be digitized. The first indication of blood on the dance floor was the fact that the crypto and the stock market both crashed around the same time, right? And anybody in those fields know that the language that's used is that there's blood on the dance floor, there's blood on the floor, right? The market was bleeding red and things of that nature. Then right after that, we had a situation in Buffalo at the Top supermarket. What I was explaining is this was a grand ritual. This was a grand ritual on high scales and whatnot. Come to find out, not only was this a grand ritual, this was a motherfucking hit, my niggas, of the highest order. Of the highest order. They might have John O'Connor the nigga and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? Come to find out that the Peckerwood, you know what I mean, who went ahead and carried out his attack and whatnot, was not necessarily the lone wolf that they try to paint him as. And I've always said this on many occasions. And if they wind up taking this video down, you understand why it will be, because there's conversations that they don't want us to have on a YouTube and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? But if anything were to happen to this, don't worry about it. We'll be on Patreon. You know what I'm talking about? Because that's where individuals such as myself have to wind up, relocating our conversation. Because at this point with algae rhythm and the algorithm, this is a little too spicy for these platforms. Because you could peruse and you could browse through this whole goddamn platform of YouTube with billions of videos, and there's only like 1 or 2% of these videos where people are actually really going in and teaching and just speaking truth to the bullshit that they are trying to shove down your throats. Other than that, it's a lot of it's a whole lot of speculation out there. There's a whole lot of people, because at the end of the day, that's the shit that gets past the algorithm. They don't care about somebody sitting around talking about that they're having conversations with people on planets 8 trillion light years away. You know, you could get away with shit like that. But anyway, as the days have gone by, there's been a lot of information coming out of Buffalo that kind of really have you look and say to yourself, things that make you say, this looks a little more, put together. This really begins to stand out as a psyop. Now we have receipts that not only was this planned by what is known as the lone gunman, but the lone gunman actually had people that were helping him. Now, I've said on other occasions when there were quote unquote massacres and shootings that happened, I was like, wait a minute, there's a pattern that I don't see taking place. And what that pattern is whenever there's a melanated shooter or a melanated person of interest who carries out any type of atrocities or acts of violence, especially towards Caucasians, not necessarily towards his own people, definitely not really against his own people, okay? Really on small occasions that they say we're going to go ahead and do the research on their social media activity. When you hear that and they talk about melanated people or niggas or black people or the hood and whatnot, they're usually referring to drill rappers or gangbangers and whatnot who were putting all of their business on social media. But when it comes to these Europeans and they're carrying out these quote unquote televised homeland terroristic attacks and whatnot, you never really hear them say, well, we're going to dive into their phone records. We're going to dive into their browser records. We're going to dive into all of their online activity because we have the tools and the resources in order to do that. You know what I mean? Even if you was out there trying to hide and erase shit and things of that nature, unless you really, 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 really got some shit offline on an onion router and shit like that, them motherfuckers will be able to trace your digital footprints all throughout the internet. So I've never really seen any one of these cases pop up and they're like, oh, we did some research and we found this person is involved, or this group is involved. They never give you the name of a group. You don't have the name of a group. You don't have the name of anybody who you could look at and be like, oh, these people might really be behind the scenes doing drills on Black people who have something going on with their life. Similar to when I pointed out the fact that Dylan Roof went into that church in Charleston and killed a whole fucking senator, a sitting senator. You know what I mean? A senator. That wasn't just a regular shooting. That was a hit. He killed a sitting senator, and Hillary Clinton wound up taking his seat, bro. They don't tell you that. Just the simple fact that they hide that. Senator Pickney, go and do the research. Don't take my word for it. That's the reason why I put these articles up. Yeah, we know fake news and everything, but there's a level of the motherfucking facts that's inside of these news reports. If they say that there's a senator that died as a result of fucking Dylan Roof drilling him, then goddamn it, I doubt that the journalistic authorities are gonna let something like that get into the fucking newspaper, and it's fake news. It's the truth. The fake news aspect of it is that they hid that shit from the public and was just like, yeah, he killed a whole bunch of old people in the church who were some good church dwellers. And no, my nigga, inside of that bunch were some people that were about some fucking things that we really should have been paying notice to. And then it happened in other shootings and whatnot. But fast forward to this situation, oh my goodness, this shit is jumping out at us like, oh, this was a little bigger than what we may have really bargained for. So let's think about it. You were in contact with an ex-FBI, there's no such thing as really a retired federal agent. A federal agent, once they take that shit to them to their motherfucking grave. What does the Federal Bureau of Investigation stand for? What are their superpowers? Surveillance. They know who's who, right? There's surveillance, they have surveillance, they have information and data on targets, right? They're able to surveil targets through psychological analysis. And yeah, they're able to do the psychological analysis on their targets. What do they like to eat? What are their sexual proclivity? Are they bisexual? Are they trisexual? You know what I mean? Do they like BBWs and shit like that? Are they into granny porn? You know, they study all of those things about you and whatnot. What is his route in the daytime? How do they travel? What are some of the places that they frequent? This is something that the FBI is able to gather through their quote unquote, their tactics of, just FBI work. And then they're known to pass on information and dossiers and folders to the quote unquote CIA, Central Intelligence Agency, who are known globally as the hit squad, okay? The drill team, the death squad, the people that go out and put in that work and whatnot, and they'll put in the work in the level of they can make it look like you suicided yourself. Or the FBI is known to hand over dossiers and informations to hitmen. Or the information is handed over to militias, or the information is handed over to anybody that's willing to do what? Take the motherfucking, that's willing to take a rap by carrying out what? A motherfucking mission, by spinning the block and putting in the work for the big homies, just like you see in the streets. The relation that you could add, the way that you could put it in, street terms is exactly what you see take place with the street gangs, where the big homie puts the young pups or the YGs on a mission to do what? To drill something. But they're the ones who are there to give the quote unquote shooters the information. This is the address. This is where they be at. This is, this is who they be with and whatnot. And, you carry out this mission. We got this bag waiting for you and whatnot. We'll put it in Bitcoin. We'll pay you in crypto and shit like that. Because, on the dark web, before the rise of Web3 and whatnot, when niggas was on Silk Road and when they were buying all of the drugs and you had to shop, the all of these niggas that are scammers and swipers and finessers and whatnot, They you know what I mean? They got their work off the dark web. So anybody that's on the dark web, you travel the dark web, you know that there's websites specifically for hitmen. Usually Albanians, Ukrainians, people from Eastern Europe and Russians and whatnot, they put that torque in, my niggas. You know what I'm talking about? They put that work in. They be knocking shit off. And you got to pay them in Bitcoins. You got to pay them in crypto and whatnot, so it's non-traceable, even though, you know, that's on a fucking blockchain, but that's a whole nother conversation, right? So if an individual was in contact with the FBI in a group chat and it was 5 other individuals, why these niggas is not in jail? What are you telling me? Why they not in jail? Like, well, I don't understand. If it was some niggas, they'd be in jail. So come to find out, right? That the brother who was the security guard, right? Who, if this European, right? If this lone gunman was gonna target him, he wouldn't just go inside of the store and hit just the security guard and then walk out. That would be too apparent. Just for the internet pet detectives, them niggas have figured that one out mad quick. No, he puts it on live stream, right? So whoever this FBI agent is and whoever his handlers are, they're able to see that he put in the work on live. They're able to see it happen in real fucking time. You're not just gonna say, you know, because there's some situations with hitmen where they be faking it like they killed somebody and they working for them boys and whatnot, and they'll just come back with like a picture looking like, you know, like you're dead and whatnot, and you're really not. They can fake people's deaths easily. No, this nigga went live stream. He live streamed it. You know what I'm talking about? And if he knew that he was going to get protected behind the wall, or if he knew he was going to get protected through the court system, or if they were just able to gas his ass up on some MK Ultra shit and just be like, my nigga, you're going to do life and whatnot, but fuck it, you a legend. You know what I'm talking about? And you'll forever be taken care of, and your name is going to ring in the cosmos with the Nordics, with the Vikings, my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? You a dedicated Roman. Come to find out, the security guard had just invented a powerful water-powered engine. Who was on my brother Blue Pillar and Al Kibalon's What's the Science podcast approximately 3 motherfucking weeks ago when they had our good brother Abiku Bey on there, and this is the same thing that he does. He literally came on this show, on this platform, and show and prove, oh nah, I created a powerful water-powered engine. Our people, who we was in Harlem with this many moons ago. He's a black inventor, and he was on the show talking about the millions of dollars that we keep passing up because niggas is so fucking weird. It's the best way that I could describe niggas is just weird, bro. I mean, how many opportunities are motherfuckers are gonna just allow to walk by them in this community? How many opportunities is people just gonna brush off because you niggas wanna die? Broke and sad. In fear. And niggas is not really being honest with themselves. You really not lit like that. You're not really trying to make no fucking disruptions. You just want to be deep and dead. I hate it here. You know, all that weird shit you niggas be on. I hate it here. I don't want to come back to the earth. I hope my jobs is over. Fuck out of here. I hate you niggas. Can't stand you niggas. Y'all holding up, y'all impeding. Why don't you go to an island somewhere and just be around each other? You know what I mean? Just stay in the house. Stop paying your fucking cable bill and your internet bill. Get off the web, my niggas, because y'all Debbie Downers, bro. Niggas is not lit like that. They don't want to do nothing. They really don't want to do nothing. They just be in the audience watching. You niggas is bird watchers. You just spectators and whatnot, mentally masturbating in the fucking bleachers. You niggas don't want to get on the floor and dance. What's wrong with you niggas? Niggas don't want to dance. And we out here two-stepping, nigga. We big-stepping. We out here dancing. We bringing motherfuckers to the dance, nigga. We bringing motherfuckers to the chip. And niggas just sit around and don't do nothing but just be pecking woodpeckers. You niggas just be pecking on wood and be talking out the side of your neck with no neck tattoos, nigga. You know what I mean? Niggas just be pillow talking, pillow rug, carpet munching, pillow talking, pillow biting. You know what I mean? Just want to fucking gossip like birds. There's a lot of bird talk going on, bro. But there ain't a lot of niggas that's not bossing up. Not if you claim that you God. Drop the title, bro. Drop your flag, nigga. Drop your flag, nigga. You not God. God is a fucking action verb. God just don't be day trading. You know what I'm saying? He's not just meditating, my niggas. You know what I mean? He's not just in the shadows doing his work, nigga. God is God. God is creating shit, nigga. God is making water power engines, bro. God is solving problems, my man. You know what I'm talking about? God is leaving legacies. He's sitting out for patents. Fuck is you saying? You niggas don't want to get your names written in stone. You just want to live vicariously through another nigga. The virus of vicariousness. I dropped that this week and I was talking about you niggas. You know what I'm talking about? I was talking about you niggas. Come on now. You're not gonna rock me to sleep. I know niggas is out here, you just want to lap dance. You know what I'm talking about? Niggas just want to lap dance. They just want to, I want to take a picture with you. Aaron Salter Jr., a security guard at the Top Friendly Market store in Buffalo, who was killed in a recent mass shooting, had reportedly just patented a new type of vehicle engine that runs on water instead of gasoline, describing his invention as a newly discovered energy source. Come on, bro. Salter, just prior to his death, had been working on and speaking publicly about environmentally sustainable vehicles that had the potential to replace existing ones that rely on either internal combustion gas or battery-powered electric engines. So that's the crash of Tesla stocks. That's getting the gas niggas the fuck out of here, the petrodollar the fuck out of here. That's getting the Middle East the fuck out of here. That's getting these camel niggas the fuck out of here. That's giving the motherfucking, all of the Saudi Arabians, petrodollar, OPEC, get the fuck out of here. Elon Musk, everybody making EV car, fuck out of here. That's destroying billions of dollars. That's collapsing billions of dollars. So if they could John Connor you, they're gonna John Connor you. Are you serious? You don't think that's what they out here doing to niggas? They'll John Connor you. So then the next few days, right? Because I feel like they John Connor somebody in this school too. You know what I'm saying? There was probably a little Mexican in there that was gonna grow up and tap into, he was gonna be the next Tesla Valdez, nigga. How about that? Nicola Valdez or something. I don't know. But what I do know is that I was like, yo, when the first thing happened in Buffalo and I saw the reaction that it was getting and whatnot, and I saw that they succeeded in carrying out their motherfucking ritual. It was a two-pronged ritual. It was a psyops, psychological operation to put you niggas in your fear bag, you know what I mean, and put you niggas on social media doing the motherfucking rent cycle. Oh, get Benjamin Crump. Oh, we gotta have a meeting and whatnot. Oh, where's the pastors and what? Let's hug each other and then the charlatans pop up with the fucking GoFundMes and whatnot. And then all of the BLM, they dead in the water right now. They out there, they on trial and shit like that. So they can't even get active. So, you know, you have your Charlemagnes and other people out there that do the fucking dance and get people all in their feeling and whatnot. And get people all emotional and whatnot. But they don't want no smoke. They don't put in no smoke. They ain't twerking nothing. They not trying to get no get back. No, you know what I mean? They not on that ESTG shit. They don't want the lick back. They don't want no lick back. They don't want no harambe. They wasn't like, yo, I'm going to see that nigga parents. Fuck that. They, you know what I mean? Because where I come from, if the child is 18 and under, the parents got to pay for the sins of the child. You know what I'm talking about? That's why I remember those days. The parents got to pay. What the parents say? Oh, that's boop, 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 beep, boop. I want to hear nothing. We don't talk. There's no talking. You raised this little whippersnapper. He came. Nah, there's no talking. I'm plucking you and your mama out. So I was like, yeah, they pulled some shit off, right? They ritualized it. They consecrated the hammer. The gun is a fucking NFT. The rifle that was used in the Buffalo shooting, he wrote on that shit like the Druids, like the Celtics were right on their spears and carved all of these fucking these symbols and these sigils and whatnot. He put sigils on a fucking spear, my nigga. Come on, babe. On an AR, on a, what was that, a Bushmaster? Then he put out an NFT. He put a version of what would be considered, because they're going to NFT his manifesto. Mark my word. His NFT will become a manifesto. I mean, his manifesto will become an NFT one day, along with all of the other manifestos. He put out a 180-page manifesto to make it appear like he was a lone gunman, right? But somebody was interviewing him in the manifesto. When I do the next lecture for June and whatnot, I'll have all of those things, because I'm not finna put that on YouTube. They out here, like I said, algae rhythm, they getting sensitive about certain ways that you report these stories and whatnot. There's a cap to what you can say. There's a cap to some of the things that you can expose, because these niggas is out here, you know, in their fields and whatnot. But the 108, the shit is upstairs. The man, I told y'all before on the channel, I read the shit front to end. It's upstairs. It's not for weak minds. That shit will have you confused if you don't have your shit together and you read it and whatnot. You could get put under that. It's a strong spell on that. So I already know anybody Caucasian that reads that, they're done. They're not gonna read that and come up for water and be like, oh nah, I fuck with black people and whatnot. That was wrong what he did. That's not what they're gonna do. The propaganda in that document is very strong. You know what I mean? Whoever put it together, they knew what they were doing, and the shit is a big fucking psyop. It's heavy on the psyops. So on one end, they give a psychological operation, put niggas in their fear bags, eat off of your emotions and whatnot, feed off your emotions. Black women, black men, who already have enough weight on their hearts and shit like that, who already are in fear because of the Jabberwocky and the shit that they put you niggas through in 2021 and whatnot, leading into 2022, for the fact that there's a goddamn recession and a whole bunch of shit, inflation, gas is mad high, people stressed out. So they can't take too much more stress and whatnot. So boom, they hit them with the grandparents and old black women getting killed. Nobody really said that. Remember, your favorite athletes, your rappers, your actors, nobody was like, pray for Buffalo. Get the fuck out of here. There was no pray for Buffalo movement. They put the pictures up and whatnot, but niggas wasn't really running with that. They wasn't jacking that shit. I know what jacking feels like. You know what I'm talking about? They didn't George Floyd them people. You know what I'm talking about? They didn't George Floyd them. They threw their pictures up for a few days on a cycle, and that shit got drowned out by other things and whatnot. But this shit right here, these children in Texas, this shit right here, this shit is still on the timeline. The president, there was no flags flown half-staff for Buffalo. The president did not talk about it for 3 days after. Kamala, the fucking cop, she just went out there with her man and whatnot, her husband, and that was like 3 weeks later. The flowers are dead, you know what I mean? Shit is all dried up. Like, no, bitch, what are you doing here? You know what I'm talking about? With your tied up Timberlands. What are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, you're late. You're supposed to be here the next day. They done killed niggas' grandmamas. That nigga who invented a car to make hydrogen, that's a national treasure. That's a national treasure. So this shit right here is pathetic as to what happened. It is a complete atrocity on the ends of the motherfucking popo. Defund the police. Get them the fuck out of here. These niggas really stood there for 45 minutes while this while Salvador Ramos, right? Saint of, they had his name as Salvador Roma, the first day that he committed the atrocity. The media, going back to what we talk about, how they play their part in the psyops, they put out Salvador Roma. That's the savior of Rome, right? That breaks down to the savior of Rome. Nobody said that they were going to follow his social. They were going to search his social media. They're going to deep dive on his social media. None of that shit happens. Because remember, in Rome, the next soldier after the Peckerwood is Salvador Ramos. Remember, he's the Zimmerman type. You know, these are their Roman soldiers, the people that they raised up under their religious quote unquote doctrines. The whole South America and all of them, that they are a byproduct of the conquistadors. They're a byproduct of Babylon. They're a byproduct of Rome and whatnot. They're the Roman soldiers. Make no mistake about that. Okay? The deadliest U.S. school shooting in a decade shakes a rural Texas town. The gunman who killed 19 children and 2 teachers in a rural Texas elementary school on Tuesday entered the building despite being confronted by an armed security guard, then wounded 2 responding police officers and engaged in a standoff inside the school for over an hour. While gaps remained in the timeline of events, details emerged on Wednesdays of a proactive scene of carnage at Robb Elementary School. What began around 11:30 with the first report of an armed man approaching the school ended as specialized officers breached a pair of adjoining classrooms and killed a gunman barricaded just after 1 p.m. It was not known how many were killed in the first minutes of the massacre, which was the deadliest in American schools since 20 children and 6 educators were shot to death at Sandy Hook. Right? That's how they tie it together in Connecticut in 2012, right? So Sandy Hook is in 2012 and Trayvon Martin is in 2012. Keep that in mind. There's always that mirror and whatnot. So we get the Black tragedies, but we never really have time to mourn because they'll always back that up with a European tragedy. They'll always back that up with a Hispanic tragedy. They'll always back that up with a tragedy or an atrocity or a massacre that either caps our massacre or it takes the attention away and whatnot. But once it does that, they've already been feeding off of our people for long enough to where it's just like, all right, get off of that cadaver, take the vultures off this body, and let's hop on this next body. Because usually when it's a Black person and it happens, there's not that much of an outcry. It's only from the Black community. Then they'll flip it and they'll do it on a white side or they'll do it on a Hispanic side. Then they feast off the whole country. And that's exactly what they did in this situation right here with the 19 children. Even though they're not Europeans and whatnot, they white enough to where the Europeans is like, oh, pray for Texas. I pray for Texas. People are in their feelings because it's children and whatnot. So now the nation is underneath the psyops. The nation is being painted because the nation wasn't scared about what happened in Buffalo. The nation wasn't affected. The nation wasn't crying out. The nation wasn't calling for all kind of reforms. No, they were not. It was a bunch of Black people. If they did say anything, they were the only ones who made a noise about that. Other than that, that shit did not affect white people. It didn't affect no fucking Mexicans at the border, my nigga. They shrugged that bitch off like, oh, well, you know, shit happens. Niggas die every day, baby. That's what they feel like, I promise you. Yeah, they white Mexicans. You know what I'm talking about? These are white Mexicans. They cross the border, they run into a motherfucking, you know, Steve Irwin types. You know what I mean? The Steven Seagal niggas that live in Texas and they get wiped up and whatnot. They have these seeds and whatnot. And these are like Diegos. And I've said on record that I think that the police got a large body count when it comes to what happened in that elementary school. I don't think that a lot of those children were killed by the gunmen. I think that a lot of that happened when they were barging in, attempting to, you know, and when they had their shootout in the beginning and whatnot. I think that the police, because they so goddamn goofy. Oh, y'all can't hear the sound effect? Hold on. I'll be wild. Nobody told me, man. Hold on. We can talk that shit, okay? Can you hear me? Yeah, they was calling 911 and the police was just standing there. You know what I'm talking about? They was just standing there for damn near an hour. They was standing there for about an hour. And the parents was trying to get into the school and they was tasing the parents. But then it was found out that the police ran in there in the earlier time, in the earlier infraction and whatnot, and they were grabbing their children out the school. They was grabbing their children out to get the lights up, y'all. Come on, let's. I shouldn't even be having niggas is grown, bro. I'm not a fucking substitute teacher. This is not the third grade. Let's hit that light. Don't be lazy, especially if you're on your phone, nigga. Just press light. You know what I'm talking about? My goodness. Let me put my cash app right there, cause yeah, you know, come on, man, yeah. I gonna have a nigga losing his afro. I'm gonna lose my edges fucking with this audience. Oh man. Oh man. Do y'all leave tips when y'all be eating at the fucking Chinese restaurant? Do y'all leave tips when y'all eat, my nigga? Cause y'all just be in here eating all of this energy, all of this information. Y'all just get up. Y'all don't even make your motherfucking plates. You know what I mean? Y'all don't even sweep up your motherfucking plates. Y'all just leave. No tips, no nothing. You know, where they do that at? Where they do that at? I could talk to the knuckle draggers and them niggas will hit the motherfucking like button. They hit the cash app. I'm gonna just start talking to the knuckle draggers about knuckle dragger shit. You know what I'm talking about? I'm gonna just do a fucking podcast with my drill rappers. But anyway, this shit was horrible. The way that the police carried themselves, it was deplorable. The way that the people who were supposed to serve and protect, who run down on melanated people before you could even get out the house, they shooting you in your neck. You know what I mean? Before you could get out the house, before you could get out the car, if they pull you over, they're executing people. If you run away, they're running down on you, giving you headshots. I'm just saying, like, these same people are cowards when it comes down to protecting children, bro. Children. You couldn't protect the babies? That's crazy. That's crazy. And man. So here are a list of the quote unquote, a lot of the quote unquote massacres that have taken place in America and whatnot over the quote unquote years, right? Because there's been a whole lot of mass shootings going on and a whole lot of patterns that are, you know, being highly ignored, right? While they focus on melanated people, while they focus on making the quote unquote rappers the face of you know, terror, where they focus on making the rappers the face of, you know, homeland terrorism. The gangs are so deadly and they need to be watched. And black men need to be searched and stripped. And black men need to be confronted and whatnot. And I thank you all. I see them cash apps coming in. You know what I mean? Those y'all are some respectable customers and whatnot and consumers of information and brain food by leaving tips, and that's honorable. And I say salute to y'all. And I'll be reading off a list of names at the end of the program because we gotta put it in the Akashic records who is supporting and who is just sitting around and not supporting, even though this information is upstairs like a motherfucker. How about that? You know what I'm talking about? Even though you can't really go and you can't get this plate. This is a fusion meal. You can't find this restaurant anywhere else. You know what I mean? This stir fry right here, you know, this is mama's cooking. Virginia Beach, right? 12 dead. Thousand Oaks, California, 12 dead. Pittsburgh, 11 dead. Virginia Beach again, 12 dead. El Paso, Texas, 23. But I'm not saying that our people are not violent. What I'm saying is, you know, these people are out here carrying out hits. This is not some of these are brazen, you know, shootings and whatnot. But some of these are hits. They're knocking people off who meant something. They're not just randomly shooting people. Like I pointed out in Charleston, South Carolina, a drug arrest should have prevented Dylan Roof from purchasing the pistol that he used at Emmanuel AME Church, but a record-keeping error and background check delay enabled the transaction to go through. Yeah, right. The FBA said a background check examiner never saw the arrest record because the wrong arresting agency was listed in the state criminal history records. After 3 days, the gun dealer was legally permitted to complete the transaction. He was convicted and is on federal death row. They're talking about the Dylan Roof and whatnot, who killed a fucking senator. He should be dead already. He should be dead already. He should not even be on death row with regular death rowdians. You know what I mean? You kill a senator, is that the message that you're sending out to all people that's thinking about knocking off a fucking elected official? You're supposed to put that nigga in a microwave immediately. What are you talking about? So, you know, all of that fake Texas shit, niggas is on cowboy time and whatnot. But nigga, we don't believe you. Y'all birds. You know what I mean? Like, y'all just be running down on people on horses. Y'all running down on the Haitians and did them dirty and whatnot. Y'all really in bed with the Mexican mafia and whatnot. And you know, y'all really let down a whole town. If I was the parents in that town, I'll still be wilding and whatnot. Y'all too calm. For God, what's going on with you? Y'all too calm. Y'all stood out there while y'all watched the police scared to go inside and stop a motherfucker who had your children's lives in his hands. Stuff a lot. You're gonna have to shoot me down. Suspect acted alone and shot his grandmother, authorities said. I'm just letting y'all know, this is indicators of a red summer. You know what I'm talking about? This is a red, I'm just giving you the motherfucking heads up. It's dark outside. Jimmy, run, Ricky, run. It's looking like a red summer. So the ritual, right? The ritual had a two-prong effect, like I was explaining. I'm talking about the Buffalo shooting, because this is where you're gonna see a lot of shit that's gonna take place over the summer. It's gonna emanate from that ritual, because that ritual was a bloodletting ritual. It was a massacre that took place right on Saturday the 14th. It was supposed to happen on Friday the 13th, but he chickened out and whatnot. So it happened on Saturday the 14th, right underneath a scorpion blood moon, right? And by doing that, and he consecrated that weapon, and he consecrated that motherfucking manifesto, and he went and he put in that work and whatnot. And then the energy that he got off of the people, the energy that he got off of the people in form of fear, the energy that he got off of the people who he victimized, their family members, the whole Buffalo and whatnot, all of the people that were crying online, all of the people that were affected, the fact that he live streamed it and millions of people, or not thousands of, by now millions have seen it, but thousands of people and hundreds of people, I don't know the exact number of how many people were in attendance and whatnot, but once again, every single person that was in attendance, there's, you know, if that was a melanated situation, of course, like if the subway shooter in New York City was live streaming that shit into a motherfucking all black Discord or into an all black Twitch channel with academic DJ academics or something, everybody in that motherfucking channel would have a conspiracy charge, or something would have happened to them. They would not let that shit fly, but they let this shit fly. That's how you know that this shit is government sponsored and whatnot. And that retired FBI agent is his handler, okay? And they had this motherfucker drilling and whatnot. He wasn't just regularly shooting shit up. He was carrying out a motherfucking operative. And as a result of that, we're seeing a lot of bloodshed. We're seeing a lot of carnage in America, not just in America. We're seeing carnage everywhere. There's an uptick in violence and things of that nature. And I'm going to point out a few things, not to get you niggas upset or scared, because that's not the idea. This is about telling the motherfucking truth and speaking, you know, and giving you an aspect of the news that the media might not give you and whatnot, because that's not what they specialize in. They really are there to give you the snooze. They really are there to put you in fear. They're really in there to put you in doubt. They're really in there to put you in a place where you feel so goddamn weak and so disemboweled and disempowered and whatnot, that you don't even want to get out your motherfucking bed. Okay? You don't even want to get out of bed. So the level of information that we'll bring to you and the way that we'll give you the information is going to help you see things. We're going to put a pair of glasses on your eyes and change your perspective so you can control the narrative, and nobody on the motherfucking mainstream media or none of your friends and families who are underneath those spells and whatnot could put you into a further fear bag, which is the fucking sunken place. That's the sunken place. You watch, sit around smoking some GMO weed, eating some Popeye's chicken, my nigga, and go and watch World Star for the whole day. And then figure out what you're finna about to do with yourself. You know what I mean? Go, report back to us. Matter of fact, go live. We want to see how you're gonna be reacting in your motherfucking in your macabre. We're gonna see how you act in your auric field, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? You're gonna turn into a gremlin. You know that. You super gremlins. You know what I'm talking about? Go and watch the snuff films. Go drink a 40. Go drink some tap water. Go eat some processed food, my nigga. And go and watch all of these fucking executions and these lynchings that have taken place, and tell me how you feel on a cellular level. Tell me how you feel. Put your Fitbit on, my nigga. I want to see how your heart is looking like. I want to see what your heart rate is like. You know what I mean? We could gauge and we could show you that it will make you sicker, quicker if you engage in that fuck shit that they're throwing out there, and it will pull you into the sunken place, and it will make your energy very low voltage, and low voltage is the doorway for dis-ease. Low voltage, when you're vibrating at a low voltage and a low frequency and whatnot, and your cells cannot repair themselves, nigga, you susceptible for anything. Them shields are gonna fall. Your immunity is going to be compromised, and you can have walk-ins. You know what a walk-in is? That's when you niggas get possessed and whatnot. You can have walk-ins. You can have, it's been said that diseases are levels of pathogens and whatnot. Those are like walk-ins, aliens to your body. And a lot of this happens when your motherfucking frequency is lowered. And it tends to happen that your frequency is lower when you're taking L's and you're not winning. When you're not winning. When you're not knocking niggas out in the 6th round, like my nigga Tank and whatnot. When you're not, what was the nigga named it? Rolly? You niggas is on Rolly time, looking like Rolly in these streets. Rolly. Right? The shooter's name is Salvador Rolando Ramos. Rolly. Ha! Rolly. The suspected shooter was identified as Salvador Rolando Ramos, right? 18 years old. Rolly. Rolly, nigga. You see your man Joe Biden, who y'all believe in. You know what I'm talking about? You see Joe Biden, your man's in them, right? So the whole weekend, right? 22 mass shootings and 374 dead. Here's where the guns come from, right? So we got more mass shootings, right? We got more people dead than days of the years counted out, right? It's mass shootings going on already, and they don't report everything, but the motherfuckers is out here drilling shit, right? So just this weekend alone, the U.S. marks Memorial Day weekend with at least 11 mass shootings. So since the Texas with the children, there's been 14 other shootings that had at least 4 victims. Because of the definition of a mass shooting is more than 4 bodies or more than 4 victims and whatnot. Once you get over the 4, my nigga, it's mass, right? So there's been 14 other shootings ever since the shooting that took place in Texas. Like I said earlier, they get to cherry pick what they put into the motherfucking narrative. Because if the story doesn't fit the narrative, the mainstream media is not going to give it the type of light that makes that gives what is known as legs to a story. So the legs to a story is when they keep putting it in your face, and then a narrative is formed and whatnot. And they have these fake ass think tanks on Fox 5, and they have these fake ass think tanks on CNBC and all of these things that are scripted and whatnot, and then they put you in game, or your grandmother or your mama, whoever's watching and whatnot, they put you in game. They create a quote unquote narrative in your mind and whatnot, and then they take you for a motherfucking walk. They dog walk you. All right. So more than 30 people, including children, killed in a stampede at church event in Nigeria, my nigga. More than 30 people were killed and others were injured when a stampede broke out at a church event in the southeastern Nigerian port of Harcourt on Saturday, right? Most of the casualties were children, okay? So we see in this children energy where a lot of these children are being quote unquote sacrificed and things of that nature in mass, in big numbers. This was at a fucking church in Nigeria, my niggas. The home of the hoodoo, the home of the boo, the home of that work, huh? But they playing around in them churches and things like that, okay? So was that a ritual, right? Police raid leaves at least 22 dead in Rio de Janeiro, my nigga, in the favelas, in a motherfucking hood. You know what I'm talking about? The Popo ran up in there and bodied a whole bunch of young people, like the movie, what was that? City of Gods with Zeke in them, right? They ran up in there, they was headshotting dudes and bodying shit and whatnot. You know what I mean? And they wasn't even supposed to be in there because their Supreme Court had put a halt on them running up in the slums and doing them people dirty and whatnot. But the Popo was like, fuck that. They went past the Supreme Court and they carried out the raid. And in that raid, they killed 22 people, okay? 22 people, more than 100 people that are missing in Brazil after heavy rains. So right after the 22 got killed, right after Brazil in Sao Paulo, right, where our good brother Steven Richardson, he was out there. We was building with him a few months ago when we did the workshop, right? So right after that, you get motherfuckers in landslides and shit like that. 100 people dead because of heavy rains in the hood, right? Washing the hood up. Landslides, mudslides, and shit like that. Motherfuckers' whole tenements is off the side of the mountain. So red summer loading, my nigga. Red summer loading. You know what I mean? Keep your motherfucking head on swivel. Stay dangerous. Red summer loading. You know what I'm talking about? It's just getting started. We ain't even in the summer yet, nigga. Red summer loading. But tonight, my friends, I'm not here for the doom and gloom, but you know, fuck it. It's, you know, we gotta tell it like it is. I'm not here for the doom and gloom, so I'm gonna come with the results, and I'm gonna come with the motherfucking flip to that. I'll give you the cons. I'll give you the shit that's going on, this of a lower frequency, and then I hit you with the fucking option of some shit that's at a higher frequency, which could be identified as a motherfucking solution, because you take that energy and you alchemize it and whatnot. Or you take the energy that you have and you just add on to the energy that you already have. When the window is open, and that window right now is tonight. Okay? That window is tonight. That window is today. That window is as we speak right now, my family. So tonight, May 30th, new moon. It's the end of karmic cycles, the beginning of new life cycles with new goals, new projects, new beautiful developments in love. Remember, we are all observers. We are all in the movies. We are all on the world stage. The world is a stage. So we are the observers. We're the owls on a branch. Yeah, I'll point out some of the things that are going on around the world, but that's not that, you know, that don't have anything to do with you. You're the observer, right? You're the observer. You're paying attention to what the fuck is going on. It's not going on with you personally. It's not happening to you personally, but you have the opportunity to interpret what the fuck you see and do whatever thou wilt with the energy of what it is that you see, because that's your power. That's one of your powers. You could use it as a catalyst. You could use it as some fuel and gasoline. You could use it as a battery. You could use it as a motherfucking marker. You could do with it whatever you want to do with it. It's all malleable. So the new moon is bringing karmic cleansing and the end of many karmic relationships. High vibrational energy shifting us to a higher frequency, destined connections, and our highest potential. new important insights and understanding how to achieve our goals. Mercury, the ruler of Gemini, will end in 72 hours. This is when your manifestations will start to come to life. Expect miracles within the next 3 months, right? New moon in Gemini, today, my niggas. This new moon marks the official end of a powerful eclipse season and the beginning of the end of retrograde season. So it's the start of a new season with fresh energy in your life. A powerful new moon indeed. This new moon is just days before Mercury retrograde season ends, so it will clearly highlight the difference from the ways things were in the past to the way things are right now, right? New moon to-do list. Set your intentions, invest in your next level, release old energy, accept new energy, emit love, expect miracles. Type new moon ready if this works. Type that in the chat. New moon ready if this works. So you know what I'm saying? You leave this bitch and you new moon ready and you have the opportunity and the ability to do something. If you don't want to do something, I don't give a fuck. That's not my job, man. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not the fucking dean in detention. You make whatever choice that you want to make. My work is done. My hands are clean. I'm doing my community service. I did my part. I did my part. You do your part. That's how this shit works. It's reciprocal. It's 50-50, 50-fishery, right? This month has been a major shift in society and a global structure, and the new moon marks the start of a new phase in human society and life on Earth. Internalize and believe that shit. You don't have no fucking options at the end of the day. Stop acting like niggas got mad options. You run with the shit that's gonna propel you into a place where you can collect a W. That's my advice to you. Stop running away from the victory. It's nothing to fucking be afraid of. I use the energies of the Gemini new moon to start a new chapter, honor both body and soul, connect with my highest truth. This new moon in Gemini brings the gift of remembrance, the wisdom within our hearts. Now is the time to align your heartbeat with the center of the universe. You are powerful. Let go every aspect of limitation and allow the universe to fill that space in you with brilliance. Happy new beginnings, my niggas. The special thing about this moon is we have the opportunity to see ourselves fully and create a path of authenticity. Radical acceptance is the key to alignment. We attract everything that is meant for us in that space. This new moon brings us the energy of karmic redemption. The lunar eclipse, South Node in Scorpio, was like a nuclear bomb of resentment. Everything came up to the surface to release, whether you liked it or not. The turning point, things will begin to take shape. Soulmate unions. We have now fully stepped out of the eclipse portal. For your highest good, there is no more going back. You've made difficult decisions. You've done hard work. This is the divine assistance supporting you in your new beginnings. We are finally going to be seeing some action. It's getting real now. Things can begin to grow, solidify, and manifest on stable grounds. The new you is ready to emerge and begin a new journey. You will only become stronger and your light more powerful after this point. Embrace all that is you. I wish I had my fucking bombs and whatnot. It's no fair. It's no fair. But hey, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that you felt what was being given to you and whatnot, what was being delivered to you, because it's all facts. You know what I mean? This is something that you could chew. This is something that you could use. This is something that you could motherfucking take and walk with and take it to the bank. Bombs. Yeah, my work is done here. I'm out. You know what I mean? Go enjoy the China Flow video. The shit is lit. You know what I mean? Put that shit on heavy rotation. Send that around. Don't be a Poindexter. Leave a motherfucking tip. Leave some motherfucking cash apps. Leave some motherfucking tips at the table. You know what I mean? Go and get the replay for that motherfucking class that we did on Saturday, KTLUniversity.com. Go get your bundles. And I ain't talking about the edges. I'm talking about the bundle that we put 2 classes together so you could get some upgrade in this information, especially that science that this brother's bringing, the metaphysics that this brother's bringing. I gave you some mundane shit just now with those breakdowns of what the moon is. Add that to the motherfucking science of how he's telling you to get in your God form and the fucking the way that you could transform yourself on a molecular level, on a cellular level, like how KT and a few other of these brothers are coming and bring you, take that shit to the motherfucking bank and do something with it. So we could all be at the platinum party. I don't want to be there by myself. You know what I'm talking about? It ain't no fun being in there alone, nigga. We all want y'all to, we want everybody to show up and be shining and be tapped the fuck in and whatnot. That's the goal. That's the goal. I'm not intimidated by gods and goddesses, nigga. I want to see as many as possible. I'm not intimidated if y'all fucking multiply like gremlins at midnight. I want to see as much people doing good in life and tap the fuck in and enjoying themselves in this earthly experience and not be on some stupid shit. I don't like it here. You know what I mean? And not trying to give up and not throwing your hands up and not being fucking victims and whatnot. That's no fun. We've been doing that for too long. And where has that gotten us? Niggas' teeth is falling out. Where's that gotten us? Motherfuckers is aging quickly and whatnot. Where is that gotten us? Less magnetic. You don't have the same draw that you used to. Let's stop playing games and live this shit to the fullest and whatnot. I went to a healing ceremony this weekend with my good brother Shaman Dooley, Nikki Morgan, and it was a whole bunch of Father Indigo, my good brother. He was in there. It was a few people, you know, America Sutton. There was a few people that were holding space, right? Sister Nikki with the sound bowls, and the shit was magical, bro. The most littiest shit, in my humble opinion, that this whole community has to offer to each other is the aspect of healing. I can't see nothing else that tops that. I can't see nothing else that tops, even standing on a motherfucking a lambskin couch, throwing motherfucking pesos and dollars. Nigga, that's downstairs compared to being able to heal as a collective. Being able to heal as a collective, not heal by yourself in the corner, because, you know, that's cute and everything, but we don't believe you sometimes. You need to just be with the group. You know what I mean? Get in your tribe and whatnot. That way, when you heal with your tribe, you'll know who's who. You'll know who's who. That's better than a job interview. That's better than that's an assessment test. You're gonna know who got demons on them. You're gonna know who really about that life. You're gonna really know who's committed and whatnot. When you get in a motherfucking group setting and you can't run from the medicine is gonna reveal all. So at the end of the day, when we don't know how to tell who's who and what's what, to me, that's one of the best ways to really find out who's around you. Go in, my niggas. Go intense with it. Don't be afraid. That part. And I'm not going to talk nobody to death, like I said. The Cash App is pinned, # Phil Moreland. I appreciate every single one of y'all. KTL University, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber and whatnot. Third Eye Thursday is around the corner. We're going to pull up with the title for the new lecture that's coming up for the month of June and whatnot. Yeah, that part. Peace to the family. I love y'all.